Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in and joining us on our ongoing live coverage here from day 6 of CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu. And for the next 8 hours, we'll be putting a spotlight on this next distributor, certainly a powerhouse and a long-standing supplier of high and premium goods in the 12-volt industry, and that is, of course, Gemsen Distribution. Joining me for most of our presentation is, of course, their national sales manager, who I've had the pleasure of having on our shows many times over, and for many more to go, good friend, Dave Singh.
Hey Ben, how you doing?
Kicking off day 6 here of Industry Week, and I've been looking forward to this one, of course, because, Gemsen's got a pretty cool lineup, and I think anybody can agree with that.
Well, first of all, let me thank you guys for doing this, putting this together, because, obviously we'd love to be doing trainings in person right now, but things are just not accommodating that. So, this is the next best thing. And so far, there's been nothing but awesome presentations. We hope that our dealers are going to tune in, learn, and take advantage of some of the things that we have to bring to the table, especially, the stuff that we'll be talking about next.
I've had the opportunity to work with you closely on preparing for today's presentation, and you said the key word, and that is learn. And with Gemsen, we're always going to get our learn on. And today, folks, you's about to get your learn on, because we've got some great brands presenting in different categories, and some new stuff, a lot of new stuff. And I think that, Dave, arguably that could be what I feel. I'm going to speak on behalf of you here. That's probably what you're most excited about.
Absolutely. And, we've kind of broken up our sessions into different categories, OEM integration, some of the big essentials. And, that's what we're going to get started with today. We're trying to find ways or show ways to dealers where they can be more profitable, be more efficient in the install bay. And we've got two great products, Atrend and MTI, that will allow you guys to do that.
Solutions is definitely a theme of today's presentation, so we're going to kick off right away with the Atrend brand. And representing the Atrend brand, who will be joining us, is Jason Hundal from Atrend. Welcome, Jason.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're ready to get our learn on. I got my man Dave with me, and you are like kicking off Gemsen show, so no pressure. Go.
Good, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ben and Dave. We really appreciate you guys giving us a moment to highlight our products, the way we produce our products and our manufacturing. We got a lot of exciting things that are going on, and kind of give a brief overview of our company, our new items, as well as our manufacturing, which we think is a real big strength of ours. So basically, Atrend is a family-owned business. We've been in manufacturing for over 25 years. We carry a few different brands, which is Atrend, obviously the name of the company, B-Box, as well as Surge. So Surge is our wiring product, B-Box is our economy series type of enclosures, and Atrend is our premium US made product, which is all built here in Chicago at our manufacturing facility, which is about 60,000 square feet, and we have about 30 employees that work the warehouse floor at any given time. I'll mention Surge, so make sure you guys ask, that's the keyword. Make sure at the end you guys listen to Ben and Dave. That's going to be one of the keywords that you guys are going to want to pay attention to. So those are our three brands that we manufacture and distribute out of Chicago, as well as in Delhi, and as well as in Mexico City. One of the things that we think kind of sets us apart from others is our machinery and the way we manufacture our products. One of our most important machines is our CNC, and this is we call it the beast because it literally is that. I mean, it's automatic everything, and the precision is very tight, and it builds product specific to anybody's needs. And I think that has helped us kind of get our name out there a little bit further, and people are used to the quality because of our machinery being such. In addition, we have various other parts of the manufacturing floor that are part of the fabrication systems. There's about 8 other machines there. They're all in Chicago here at our facility, and they help throughout, from the conception of an enclosure to the actual shipment out the dock. We have flat areas, which is where basically we will build our boxes and stack them and assemble them and get them ready to ship out. Our machines are state of the art. We've invested a lot of time and energy and money into making sure that we have the right systems in place to provide the best product to the marketplace. What kind of sets us apart from, I guess, other enclosures out there is kind of how we do the fabrication. So these are two important points that I wanted to bring up, which is kind of the miter and dado construction on how we build boxes. Most enclosures are kind of butt to butt, meaning you're putting two panels next to one another, stapling them and gluing them, and that's it. What that generally does is it leaves it susceptible to blowing apart. So, we do miter and dado, which is basically an inset of the side panels, as well as the 45-degree based on what angle you're doing an enclosure on as part of our construction process. So that has really helped us kind of solidify our name. People notice that when they get our enclosures, we get, we obviously have the strength of the product because you're using that type of process when you are fabricating your enclosures. So it's definitely a benefit. In addition to that is, kind of the wood that we use, the materials we use, we source good products, we source raw materials from North America when we're building our enclosures. Our B-box enclosures, for the most part, come with a 1-inch baffle on the face, which is not only appealing when you're looking at it, but it also constructionally it's advantageous to have that, because as you're putting woofers in there, you want to make sure you have enough MDF there to hold the weight of the product. So these are a few other things, 3/4 to 1-inch MDF construction, our Atrend trickle glue, which is, a premium type of glue that we use that dries fairly quickly, as well as our premium charcoal carpet that's used across most of our products. So I wanted to also talk about a few items that we got that are very exciting. I know part of it is, what do we have to offer? What is outside of the normal enclosure? And one of the things we're very excited about is our 300.1 SPA. This is a sealed box amplifier. And, I got one here. And,
hold on a second here.
And basically what this is a 336 watt RMS Class D amplifier that's built in to ABS enclosure like this. What this allows you to do is essentially put this into any place you're trying to get an amplifier. So if I have an enclosure and I just want to cut out the side of the enclosure, pop this sucker in there, it's got a really nice quick disconnect here, right? So your ability to just take this out, if you want to take your enclosure out of your trunk or wherever it is and you need the space, I think is very advantageous. And we've done very well with this item. This is a relatively new item for us. It is, it's got high level input, power remote ground, power connector. So again, it makes the removal of the amp fairly quickly when you're in need of some space again. So it's really small, compact. It's pretty powerful. What we did was, instead of just selling the amplifier itself, we also started with enclosures that offer this as a built-in feature. So I also do have it here. Excuse me, because it's a little big, but you can kind of see this is built in to the side here of this shallow mount subwoofer box. And we've been doing very well with these because it's compact. It's got the amplifier already built in, and it allows you to quickly remove it. We offer this in a 10-inch version as well as a 12-inch version. And then we also offer 3 different vented styles of your standard, single vent, 8-inch, 10-inch, as well as 12-inch. So those have been very popular for us. We're looking to really move those into the marketplace at a much higher tick this year. Obviously last year was a little hiccup for everybody, but we're hoping that things turn around and we can really get this product into the marketplace. In addition to those few SKUs, we've always been a standard enclosure manufacturer. So we're launching several new vehicle-specific enclosures. These include a lot of existing designs that are kind of refined to offer venting now. So I think that's a big thing. A lot of our enclosures in the past have been just sealed versions. A lot of our vehicle specifics now moving forward will offer a vented option as well. So these are all set to launch here in April relatively soon, as well as all the 19 and up models. Some of them we already have in place. The other vehicles, we're concluding that with the R&D department now. So we're very excited about that as well. Vehicle-specific boxes are obviously very popular enclosure in the marketplace.
Jason, could you give us 2 or 3 of the ones that you think will be super hot out of all the new applications?
Yeah, so like the Dodge Rams, obviously the 19 and up Dodge Rams, we're already getting a lot of requests on that, as well as of course the GM Silverado Sierra Enclosures. We offer them in a spray liner as well as a carpet, and some of the models are also offered in a fiberglass version. So those are really the more popular type of the standard popular vehicle specifics. But we're also getting into Jeeps pretty heavily, right? So Jeep vehicles that have kind of a different fitment. They don't really go under the seat, but they are in the back. So those would be some popular models, Ben.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, and then just the last thing I wanted to point out was we're launching actually a new website tomorrow morning. It goes live, and I think this is very valuable for everybody that's trying to get online and kind of figure out what box fits my vehicle, right? So we've made it very easy through a filtering, just an easy filter system, right? So you'll be able to quickly go to vehicle specific, just click on which vehicle you have. It'll just keep populating till you drill down to the actual item that you need. So we're very excited about that as well.
Awesome. Really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm going to swing that over to you. How does Atrend provide as far as the solutions category to all the dealers?
You know what? One of the things that Atrend brings to the table is very budget-oriented, cost-effective solutions for somebody that's looking for universal boxes. So the boxes obviously come empty. You can put your choice of any woofer in it. They perform very well. And while Jason was going through some of the things that they do in terms of how the boxes are manufactured, one thing that came to my mind is being at a dealer's once where he had another, entry-level type of enclosure that I can't remember what brand it was. It's irrelevant, but they stood on the box, and the MDF was so flimsy that the box kind of caved in. Mm-hmm. And, one thing you want when you have an enclosure, especially a universal type of enclosure, is you want rigidity. You want it to be strong. A lot of these woofers can be super heavy. And like Jason was saying, some of their enclosures have 1-inch baffles. So, that's got to support the weight behind the enclosure, behind the woofer, I should say. So, strength, reliability, those are all things that Atrend
made in USA.
Yeah,
some of their boxes are made in the USA, and some of the vehicle specific are made overseas, right, right. Jason?
Yeah, so what it is everything in the Atrend brand is going to be U.S. made, right? That's in our facility here where we manufacture and actually build the enclosures. But we do offer the B-Box lineup, of course, which is the economy series, right? We have to be able to offer that as well.
Right. But I like the fact that you can order one, right, for your specific needs. It's still made in USA quality. That 1-inch baffle gives it not only support, but a lot of bite, right, when you bolt in that subwoofer, because some of these new subs are just crazy what the setup is. So knowing that there's that 1-inch MDF and the mitering and the, what is it, the data? I wasn't familiar with data.
Yeah, that's dado. So that's dado. Basically, you're putting a groove in the panel to slide your side.
It's like a tongue and groove system, kind of.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Very, very neat. Like, I can't do that building a box in my garage, I'll tell you that right now. But that's just
we'll do it for you.
The other cool thing that is, that amplifier, that plate amplifier, we started to bring it in last year, but, when COVID hit, and, actually, that's kind of interesting because before I get into the amplifier, maybe we should address a little bit of Atrend and, what happened when COVID did hit, because, you guys were in a situation where you had a factory full of people and basically, a shutdown, and you pivoted the business, and you guys did something pretty remarkable. And I think it's worth recognizing, right?
Yeah, Dave. So, what we did was, obviously when we hit, everybody was kind of like, what's going on? Of course, we have the ability, since we're a manufacturer, and we just thought to ourselves, hey, how can we sustain the business while this is happening? As well as primary focus was, how do we keep our employees in the back, which mean a lot to us? How do we keep them employed, right? It's important to keep your employees employed. They're part of the family, essentially. So, we have the machines to do PPE products. We were able to cut plastic and create barriers. And I think, we literally helped. We probably shipped over 20 to 30,000 these acrylic barriers that you see in different locations now, right? You're seeing them on countertops and so forth. We brought in a lot of masks from overseas. We did a lot of things that we helped a lot of schools out with child class type of barriers that they put on desks. So we did a lot of that, and it kept us afloat for several months. But of course, that's a temporary thing, right? We were lucky enough to be able to think that way and pivot that way for 6-7 months. And, enclosures never went away. Business just came back, and, that's of course our primary focus.
And now you're pumping them out.
Yeah, pumping them up. Yeah, that's right.
Guys, I hate to cut you short, but we got to let you go. We have to bring in our other guest for the next brand. Jason, thank you so much for sharing with us everything there is to know about Atrend.
Yep.
Thanks,
Jason. Looking forward to seeing your boxes in the dealer room floor.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Set us up for the next guest here, Dave. We've got 5 minutes with him.
Yeah, absolutely. So this next guest, everybody's probably seen him. If you pay attention to Instagram, Facebook, a good chance you've seen some of the amazing work that they do. So, Jason was showing some of the stuff that they do. MTI Acoustics and Chris Payne, our next guest, who is the owner of that brand, brings customization and a flair for uniqueness to the next level. There's so much business happening out there, especially in the pickup truck world, and this is where MTI specializes. They're creating, I've got one myself, they're creating beautiful, stunning, high-performance enclosures for that customer that's looking for the next level of performance. So rather than steal his thunder, let's bring Chris in.
What's going on, Mr. Pate? How was that intro?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're excited to learn about MTI Acoustic Enclosures. You got 5 minutes to tell us all about us, and we want to order them immediately.
So as much as going after Atrend, which is this amazing company that built some fantastic products, we are the opposite end of the spectrum, or I guess the next stage of the spectrum. We kind of start where they finish. So clients that want that next level of enclosure, that want a fitted box that it looks like possibly could have came from the factory, that's where we specialize, and we especially focus on the late model trucks, your Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan. That is where we primarily focus our attention. And so what we do is we give customers an option for a super high-end box that they can actually put in a client's vehicle quickly without having to spend 2 to 3 days building some of these enclosures. All our enclosures are built out of 3/4 inch MDF that's sourced here in the United States. All our boxes are built here in College Station, Texas. So we're a 100% American-made product here. And, you're going to see that, we have our own special glue that is mixed just for us that creates a high-quality bond that you don't have to worry about enclosures breaking apart. Obviously, all the MDF's created here in the United States. We wrap in a very durable carpet for our stage 1 line, which is what you see right here, which is, whoops, I almost talked all of this way. So it's our stage 1 line here. It's going to be a fitted enclosure. Very, they're cool. They blend away. They're designed to fit in perfectly without anybody being able to see. They house, anywhere from a pair of almost any thin woofer out there that will work for. We do design them, do a lot of design work for JL and, Kenwood and Kicker. So those thin woofers work great in our enclosures. You got a stage 2, which at that point you're going to see stitching. You're going to see wrap work, and all the vinyls that we use are from Catskin Vinyl. We are one of the largest buyers of Catskin Vinyl here in the United States. And you'll see our guys, you're going to see a lot of emboss work right there, and you're going to see a front end logo. And that is one of the big things, is where you start getting a vehicle enclosure that looks like, possibly in this case, a Ford Platinum, that could have came from Ford itself. The enclosure fits completely under the seat, but at the same time, it's going to have the same stitch work, vinyl work that came with that vehicle, so it looks like the factory leather. From there, you move on to a stage 3, and so at stage 3, you're going to have that same deal. You're going to have the Catskin Vinyl. You're going to have the stitching to match, but at that point, then you come out with a more protruded front end that gives that front 3D effect, and then you're going to have a backlit logo with 3 front plexi panels. And so what we're doing is we're bringing customization that makes that's prefab customization to the clients, and that allows them to sell to their customers something that would normally take them 2 or 3 days to build. Now they can take that, drop it right in after doing all the electronics, and it takes a job. You get a $5,000 to $10,000 project, and you can now take that project, instead of taking 2 days to do it, you can now do that entire project in 1 day and move on to the next project. So what we do is we help to speed up the process and help them to create high-level installs that look very custom, very fitted, and integrate into the vehicle with extremely good output that sound amazing, but it's done in a much quicker time.
Rapid fire questions, Chris. Are these sealed or ported?
So we do both sealed and ported models. We also do custom models to order, which can be bought through Gemsen. We do everything is obviously CNC built. We have 4 CNCs on our floor, which we have about a 20,000 square foot facility here in College Station, Texas, where we build all of them at. We have 4 CNCs, 3 lasers, and a water jet. And we love our machines because our machines are what keep us busy. But yes, you do have the options for sealed and ported with our.
It's unfortunate we can't see it in this, but I have researched the stitch work is so factory looking. When Chris mentions, like, especially that middle level and the lower one, it no joke, it literally, you could believe seamlessly it blends into the environment and it looks OE. Really does.
We have some of I would consider some of the best artisans out there. We have 3 stitchers on staff that do nothing but wrap, and they are some amazing men and women. They do a great job.
Another rapid fire question. I noticed on the very bottom there's a Denali model with a different color. Are there different colors available as well?
Yes, there is. So, and from a stage 3, you can go up to a stage 4, and when you get to a stage 4, which is really more of a complete custom enclosure, you can have front windows to actually see the subwoofer. Obviously, we can do larger front badges at that point. We are the largest purchaser of actual licensed vehicle badging. We don't.
Yep.
We actually buy them directly from Ford. And
so those are real OE badges. Those aren't copies.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
That's how we're able to actually put them on our enclosure, is we actually pay them their money. So by literally $10,000 to $20,000 a month just in OE badges. So they're very expensive, but that is the correct way to do it. So, but when you get to a stage 4, there are a lot of options. You have the ability in a stage 3 and a stage 2 to actually do direct match vehicle leather. A lot of times guys will do black because it's easy to stock, and owning some retail stores here in the States, we do the same thing. But if the customer's willing to wait, we can do the direct match leather every time.
Very, very nice. I'll leave you the last question, Dave, as we have to wrap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. All I'll say is this. I mean, Chris and his team have a really impressive organization. This isn't just an installer in the back banging out boxes. They've got a full-blown production facility that they're doing these for. And, with the huge amount of pickup trucks that are going out there and guys that are customizing them, looking to spend money, show off their enclosures, not be so stealthy sort of thing, these boxes are doing really well. We do the stage 1 and stage 2. We try to keep the most popular ones in stock so we can turn them around pretty quickly. But then dealers have the option of upgrading the stage 3 and 4 and doing some customization. So this has been a really great brand for us. Chris has been an awesome partner. The quality of the product has been fantastic, and the feedback we've gotten on the product has been amazing as well.
No doubt about it. And Chris, I see you put your name behind it, and we're kind of familiar with the type of work you do. So thank you for that. We appreciate that.
Thanks, fellas.
Chris,
Take care, Chris. Oh, you have one more question for him, Dave? Go ahead.
No, I want to thank Chris and everybody, Jason as well. Thanks, guys.
All right. So there you have it. I know that went so quick, but Enclosure Solutions. I think, Gemsen, you covered top to bottom between Atrend and MTI. Last message for dealers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a couple of things people will want to know. We're running a promo on our website, so anybody that wants to place any type of order between now and the end of the week, it's big or small, you can go to our Gemsen dealer portal, use the CMA IW5 during the checkout process. You'll save yourself 5% on that order, as well as, we want to encourage guys to watch and win. Education is key with these sessions, and everybody's putting a lot of time and effort into these. We want you to watch them. So Jason mentioned a keyword was surge. So we have a link. You can go to the Gemsen portal as well, where you can log in, enter that keyword, and be entered for a bunch of prizes that we're going to give away at the end of the month. So cool thing is, do it early, watch the videos early, you'll get double the amount of submissions. So look out for that link, or talk to your rep if you can't find it. And we're super excited to give away some gear.
Awesome, dude. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
There you have it. Session 1 in the books for Gemsen, our ongoing live coverage from day 6 here of CMA Industry Week. A lot more Gemsen to go. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we connect.